In the remote Siberian wilderness, where winters swallow everything in ice, something impossible was hiding beneath the permafrost. A tiny 2-month-old puppy, frozen in time for 18,000 years, so perfectly preserved that it still had its fur, its teeth, and even its small, adorable nose. And the craziest part? Even now, scientists still can't agree on one simple question. Was this ancient creature a dog, a wolf, or something in between? Before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe. This is a story you won't forget. It was the summer of 2018 near the Indigirka River in Siberia. A patch of melting permafrost revealed something extraordinary: the frozen body of a tiny puppy, only a couple of months old when it died. Researchers nicknamed it Dogor, a name that cleverly means friend in the local language, but also asks the question at the heart of this mystery: dog or? Despite being nearly 20,000 years old, Dogor was astonishingly preserved. Soft fur still clung to its body, tiny whiskers remained intact, its teeth were untouched by time. Even the shape of its little muzzle looked as if the animal could wake at any moment. But Dogor wasn't just cute, it was confusing. Because the oldest known dogs and wolves lived during a period when scientists believe canines were only just beginning to be domesticated. So, understanding what Dogor actually was could help unlock one of humanity's oldest mysteries. How did wolves become the dogs we know today?
Modern dogs, including every breed from the Chihuahua to the Great Dane, belong to the subspecies Canis lupus familiaris, descended from a now-extinct wolf population from the Pleistocene era. These ancient wolves are also ancestors to today's modern gray wolf, known as Canis lupus. But here's the problem. We still don't know exactly which ancient wolf species gave rise to dogs. Specimens like the famous Taimyr wolf from northern Siberia are close relatives, but not direct ancestors. Genetic studies show that dogs and wolves began to genetically split from each other somewhere between 40,000 and 27,000 years ago. But that doesn't necessarily mean domestication began right then. Genetic divergence simply means the populations were evolving separately, not that humans were involved yet. To make things more complicated, early dogs still looked very wolf-like, and because humans were migrating across huge distances, domestic dogs and wild wolves almost certainly interbred along the way, blending traits back and forth. Still, there was one powerful trait that set early proto-dogs apart: hypersociability, the natural tendency to seek social contact, even with other species. Some wolves were simply friendlier, more curious, and more willing to approach humans. And those wolves found themselves at the edge of human camps, drawn by leftovers, warmth, and the potential for easy prey. This is known as the commensal pathway, where animals benefit from humans before humans ever benefit in return. Over time, those friendlier wolves passed down more social, cooperative behaviors, and a new kind of animal began to emerge.
A 2020 study from the Czech Republic gave scientists one of the earliest clues. Researchers analyzed microscopic wear patterns on ancient canid teeth. They discovered two groups. One group ate more fresh meat, likely hunting on their own. The other group chewed harder, more brittle foods like bone scraps, the kind of leftovers found at human settlements. This suggests that some wolves were already living near humans as far back as 28,500 years ago, scavenging meals from discarded bones and waste. Slowly, humans began to notice the benefits. These early dogs could help guard camps, assist hunters, and even aid in corralling other animals. A powerful partnership formed, and wherever humans traveled across the world, their dogs went with them.
As human society shifted from hunter-gathering to agriculture, dogs evolved alongside us. In 2013, scientists discovered a genetic marker called AMY2B, which helps digest starch. Dogs have many more copies of this gene than wolves. Why? Because dogs living in farming communities started eating human foods, grains like wheat and rice. Their bodies literally evolved to match our diets. Even today, this gene helps track how and where early agricultural societies spread. For years, researchers believed dogs were domesticated twice, once in Europe and once in Asia, because of the genetic differences between these populations.
But in 2017, a groundbreaking study challenged that idea. Scientists analyzed two ancient dog specimens from Germany, one 7,200 years old and the other 4,700 years old. Both had 70 to 80% European ancestry, and their genetics showed a divergence between European and Asian dogs much older than previously thought, old enough to indicate that dogs were likely domesticated only once, between 20,000 and 40,000 years ago. Instead of two separate domestication events, the evidence suggests a single lineage that spread as humans dispersed around the world. One of the most emotional pieces of evidence for early domestication is burial sites. Across Europe, Asia, Africa, and North America, archaeologists have found countless dog burials, some dating back to the late Pleistocene. Many of them were laid to rest just like humans, showing care, respect, and even love. In a Siberian cemetery around 9,000 years old, archaeologists uncovered the remains of an elderly dog that had clearly lived a long, hard life. Injuries had healed, showing that animal had been cared for. Chemical analysis showed the dog shared the same foods as the humans living there: meat from the land, fish from the river. These weren't just animals living near people, they were companions. In some cases, humans and dogs were buried together. The oldest known dog burial, a puppy from Germany, dating back to 16,000 years, was found alongside two human bodies. Even in ancient Egypt, dogs were mummified and buried with their owners, including in the Valley of the Kings, where one mummified hunting dog rested near its royal master. From guardians to hunters to family, dogs have become part of human life, literally until death.
For most of history, dogs weren't divided into the hundreds of breeds we know today. That explosion of diversity didn't happen until the Victorian era, when dog shows became popular in Britain. Selective breeding for appearance, behavior, size, and coat created new breeds at rapid speed. Today, whether it's a husky, a pug, or golden retriever, every dog carries pieces of that ancient wolf lineage and the history of tens of thousands of years spent alongside humans. And what about Dogor, the 18,000-year-old puppy? Scientists are still working to decode its DNA. Was it one of the last of its ancient wolf kind? One of the first true dogs? Or a transitional creature, something halfway in between? Whatever Dogor turns out to be, it represents a moment frozen in time, right at the edge of when wolves began walking a new evolutionary path, one that would make them humanity's oldest and most loyal companions. From frozen Siberian puppies to ancient burials, from scavenging bone scraps to sleeping at the foot of our beds, dogs have been by our side for longer than almost any other domesticated species. They hunted with us, protected us, traveled across continents with us, and eventually curled up next to us as family. No matter how far back we go, one thing stays true. Dogs have been humanity's best friend for a very, very long time. Thanks for watching, and again, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this deep dive into the history of our oldest companions.